Logic is out the window. WWE veteran slams The Rock's return on Raw. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The Rock was a featured act on WWE Raw's Netflix debut. The final boss popped up following Triple A's promo. He later showed up to endorse Roman Reigns as the tribal chief after his tribal combat match with Solo Sikoa. Speaking on a recent edition of Bro-Down on Backstage Pass, Vince Russo was asked to share his thoughts on The Rock's return to Raw, which saw him put over Cody Rhodes. "The last time we saw you two together, you were beating Cody up with his own tour truck. Now you're putting him over. Come on, bro. There's no logic to these things. Logic is out the window. But here's the best part, Mac. So then not only does Rock drink and drive, but he leaves his kids in the building. He leaves his kids there and drink. He's drinking a bottle of tequila and take it off. Who's bringing the kids home?" The Rock appeared on NXT New Year's Evil the very next night. He had a backstage segment with Ava and Ethan Page. The People's Champion capped off the night with an in-ring promo. Fans can check out a major update on WWE's plans for a major match featuring Rock by clicking here. In an exclusive statement, a WWE veteran has slammed The Rock's recent return to Monday Night Raw, criticizing the logical inconsistencies that are associated with his sudden reappearance on the show. With a storied career in the wrestling industry, this veteran, who has seen it all from the peaks of the Attitude Era to the evolution of modern WWE, expressed disbelief over the way The Rock's return was handled. He began by stating, "Logic is out the window," a phrase that immediately caught the attention of fans and industry insiders alike. The comments were not just about the spectacle, but about the underlying issues of storytelling that have come to characterize The Rock's sporadic appearances on WWE programming. WWE's formula has long been about creating memorable moments, pushing forward storylines that build to major events, and giving fans what they expect. But the veteran's critique reveals a growing concern that such moments may be losing their meaningful connection to the larger narratives in the company. The Rock, one of the most famous figures to ever step foot in a WWE ring, made his highly anticipated return to Raw, much to the delight of the audience. However, the veteran's criticism centered not on the excitement surrounding his entrance or his electrifying charisma, but rather on the glaring holes in the logic behind his comeback. The Rock's return had been teased for weeks, and while his fans were undoubtedly thrilled to see him back in the ring, some were left scratching their heads at how his return fit into the larger context of WWE's ongoing storylines. "How does this fit?" the veteran wondered aloud, pointing out that The Rock's presence seemed forced and out of place given the current direction of WWE programming. He went on to argue that The Rock's return, while thrilling for some, disrupted the ongoing stories that were already in motion. WWE has been building a particular narrative with its current crop of superstars, and the veteran believes that inserting The Rock into the mix without a clear purpose could undermine the hard work that the company has put into developing its talent. "It feels like everything that's been building up is being put aside to make room for a nostalgia trip," the veteran stated. This sentiment is something that fans have expressed as well, questioning whether WWE is relying too much on past stars to boost ratings rather than focusing on the stars of today. The veteran's concern also stemmed from the fact that WWE has been grappling with the balance between nostalgia and progression. While the return of icons like The Rock can be seen as a treat for longtime fans, it also risks overshadowing the next generation of wrestlers who are trying to carve someone back just for the sake of the pop, and not because it makes sense for the storyline. "You do a disservice to everyone involved," the veteran explained. The WWE veteran also touched on the broader implications of The Rock's return, raising concerns about the company's reliance on part-time talent. Over the past few years, WWE has seen several high-profile returns from legends like Brock Lesnar, John Cena, and of course, The Rock. While these superstars undoubtedly bring star power, their sporadic appearances can create a sense of imbalance, especially when they overshadow the full-time talent who are carrying the company week in and week out. It's hard for the younger guys to get their moment when they're constantly being overshadowed by someone who's been gone for years, the veteran said. This issue is particularly relevant in the era of the Universal Championship, where part-time wrestlers have historically held the most coveted titles in the company. The veteran's remarks were not meant to detract from The Rock's legendary status or his contributions to WWE's success over the years. Rather, the critique was aimed at the broader trend of part-timers coming back for short runs, often in a way that disrupts the progression of current storylines. The Rock is a legend. No one can take that away from him, the veteran acknowledged. But we have to start thinking about the bigger picture. This isn't just about the ratings for 1 week. This is about the long-term direction of the company. It's clear that for the veteran, the issue isn't with The Rock himself, but with how WWE chooses to use its legacy stars. There's a growing belief that WWE needs to focus more on elevating its existing roster rather than leaning too heavily on past names. We need to build the future, not just relive the past, the veteran concluded. This critique is reflective of a wider conversation that's been taking place within the wrestling community about WWE's booking practices. While nostalgia is an undeniable part of the WWE experience, many feel that the company is stuck in a cycle of repeating the past rather than forging ahead with new compelling stories. Fans have expressed similar frustrations, particularly when it comes to big pay-per-view events where legends make surprise returns but fail to contribute meaningfully to the ongoing narrative. The veteran's comments come at a time when WWE is preparing for one of its most high-profile events of the year, the Royal Rumble, where surprises are expected, and stars from both the past and present will likely play significant roles. The veteran's hope is that WWE can find a way to make such returns fit into the larger picture without derailing the current crop of talent. If The Rock is coming back for something big, make it count, the veteran urged. Make it matter to the people who are putting in the work every week to make this company what it is today. For fans, the return of The Rock is undeniably exciting, but the veteran's remarks serve as a reminder that the excitement must be balanced with thoughtful storytelling that prioritizes the long-term health of WWE's roster and its future direction. It remains to be seen how WWE will navigate these concerns in the coming weeks, especially as The Rock's involvement continues to unfold. Regardless of the outcome, it's clear that the veteran's comments have sparked a broader conversation about the balance between nostalgia and progress within the world of professional wrestling. Whether or not WWE will take this criticism to heart remains to be seen, but it's clear that the path forward for the company will need to consider both the legacy of its past stars and the growth of its current roster. The wrestling industry, like any entertainment medium, is constantly evolving, and as the veteran wisely pointed out, logic can't be thrown out the window if you want to keep building for the future. The Rock's return might be the talk of the town for the time being, but the true challenge lies in ensuring that WWE's storylines remain compelling, coherent, and forward-thinking in the years to come. The wrestling world will be watching closely to see how WWE navigates this delicate balance, and whether or not they heed the advice of the veterans who have seen it all unfold before their eyes. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updated news.